Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmades.com, and thank you so much for joining me for another Stampin' Up! Saturday tutorial. Today's project features the Enjoy the Little Things stamp set by Stampin' Up! So let me show you what today's project looks like. So here's today's project. I absolutely love this card. I love the colors, and I just love how this flower pops from the front. It is so pretty. And I don't know if you can see this, but the dimension is just amazing. I absolutely love how this flower sits up so high on the card, and the leaves. I mean, I love everything about this card. And I added a little bit of embellishment just to the lower portion of the envelope that goes with the card, and I think it's just adorable. So let me show you how quick and easy it is to make this card, and how simple it is to change the whole look of this card just by switching up the colors just slightly. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for this project, I've got one of Stampin' Up's Whisper White note cards, and I will have all of the measurements for this project over on my blog, so you don't have to worry about writing them down right now, but there's a link below the video in the description notes, and it'll take you straight to my coordinating blog post with all of the dimensions. Okay, so I'm using a Whisper White note card, but I'm going to set this to the side for a minute, and then I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock that I have cut down. Again, the measurements are on my blog. And I'm just going to lay this down, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment, which is Celebrate Today, and that's from the Enjoy the Little Things stamp set. And I'm using my basic black archival ink to stamp this. Let me move this down. And just remember, this archival ink does take just a second to dry. Perfect. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, so I can close that up, set that to the side. And next I'm going to go ahead and round my corners, and I'm just using my Project Life corner punch here. Okay, so my corners are rounded. Now I want to start working on that beautiful flower. So I'm just going to set this aside, and I've already gone ahead and done some of the work in advance. So I used my Botanical Builder framelits, Botanical Builder framelits, and I cut out some of the flowers using these images. If you don't have this die set, I definitely recommend that you visit my Stampin' Up! Store and pick these up. These are really awesome, and you can do so much with these images. I love them. So I went ahead and I cut two of the leaves using Pear Pizzazz, and then I cut a center for my flower in basic black, and then a layering flower in Calypso Coral. And I'm going to bring in some Pool Party cardstock, and this is my medallion, flower medallion punch, I believe it's called. And I am just going to punch out two of these. I have only used this punch once, so I was excited to find another use for it for today's project. Okay, so I've got these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two flowers, and I'm bringing in my bone folder, and I'm just going to curl the leaves down. I want to add some dimension. Just like that. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is just I'm going to take this flower. This will be my bottom. I'm just going to add a little fast fuse. I'm going to layer this one on top, but I want to offset the two. So I think that looks good. Yep, that looks good to me. Okay, so now you've got this nice dimensional flower that just really pops up. And then I'm going to add this Calypso coral flower into the center, and again I'm just going to offset it in the middle so that the petals are not lined up perfectly, and I'm just going to use a dimensional to do that. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. Press that down. Great. And then I'm going to bring in my center, and I'm just going to lift up these little sides, just like that. And I'm going to add this on with a glue dot. Just put it right in the middle, just like that. So cute. I love this flower. Okay, so next I'm going to flip this over, and very gently I'm just going to add a little bit of fast fuse to the back. Raise my petals back up. Just add a little bit of fast fuse to the back, and then stick my leaves down. So let's see. I'm just going to add this one right about here. Okay, and then I'll put this little guy, I want it to stick out a little further. Yep, right about like that. Looks good. Okay, and then I'm just going to add dimensionals to the back of the entire flower. Okay, so I've got dimensionals on the back of my flower. I haven't taken the backing off just yet, but it's ready to go. Isn't it so pretty? Love this flower. Okay, let's set that to the side, and then I'm going to bring in my card base and my stamped layer, and I'm just going to line this up where I want it to go. I think I want it right here. And I'm going to bring in a pencil, and I'm just going to mark where it stops at the top and where it stops at the bottom. Just like that. And I'm doing that so that I can bring in some of this It's My Party designer washi tape, and I want to put this along the top and bottom, but I wanted to make sure I placed it in the right spot. So I'm just going to lay it over top that pencil mark. Do a piece along the bottom. I think that's about where I want it. Oh yeah, let me see. The bottom one needs to come up just a little. Move that up just a little bit. I think right about there. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to take this layer, flip it over, and I'm going to add some dimensionals on the back. Okay, so I've got my dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to the front of my card. Right over top that washi tape, just like that. Perfect. Now I can bring in my flower. I'm going to take off my backings here on these dimensionals. And I'm going to add my flower. I think I want it like this. Okay, so I'm just going to press it down really nicely. Just going under those petals. Press it down. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love how that looks. I'm just going to bring in the original. Oh, I think I like this one the best. I love Pool Party. That looks so good. Woo, love it. Okay. Alright, so now we have one more final step. I'm just going to get some scratch paper, lay it down, and this is the messy part of the card. Lay this down, and I'm going to bring in my basic black Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to open it up with the brush tip side out, and I'm just going to put my brush tip just barely into the cap, and then I'm going to flick it. I'm going to hit it against the cap and just flick it, and it's going to splatter a splash of ink all around the card. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm doing this gently because I don't want to damage my marker tip. You can see that ink is just coming out randomly. Oh man, that looks good. One more. Perfect. I'll stop there. Love it. Okay, so this does take a while to dry. So I'm just going to gently pick this up and move this mat. Okay, so the last step is I'm just going to bring in one of the Whisper White envelopes that comes with the note cards, and I'm just going to add a little decorative stamping to the bottom. So I've got my Pool Party ink and this little floral strip that comes in that Enjoy the Little Things stamp set. Just going to ink this up. You can see some of my splatter got on the envelope, but I actually think it looks cute. I'm just going to stamp this in the bottom right hand corner of my envelope. Perfect. It just adds a little interest so my envelope's not naked. Oh my gosh, so I almost forgot the last and final step in this card, which is the center. I can't believe I almost forgot that. So I'm going to bring in one of our White Perfect accents. I'm doing a medium size, and I'm just going to add this with my paper piercer directly to the center. There we go. Press that down really well. There we go. I love how that looks. I think it just makes this project pop, having that little centerpiece in there. It kind of brings in that white a little bit more. Okay, so here's our finished card. Again, remember, you're going to really want to make sure that you let that splatter dry. I love how this card turned out. I think it's so pretty. Look at that flower. I hope you can see just how dimensional it is, how it just really pops against this black and white background. I love this card. So let me bring in the original so we can compare. Okay, so here's the original, and look, this is what I'm talking about. I didn't let that splatter dry long enough, and then I touched, and it smeared. So you don't want to put in all this work and then smear it. Okay, so here's the original. I think that I like the Pool Party the best. It's drawing my eye in. I love it. So I'd love to know, which one do you prefer, the Calypso Coral or the Pool Party? Let me know. Leave me a comment below and let me know which one you prefer. I really think I like the Pool Party the best. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's Stampin' Up! Saturday tutorial. I had so much fun working on this project, and I can't wait to try some different color combinations. I love this card. So again, don't forget to head on over to my blog at LaQuitaBugHandmaids.com. I have a link below the video in the description. You can find some up-close photos of today's project as well as a full supply list. You can order yours today so that you can get creating, making your own version of this project. So again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you again real soon. Bye now.